Hello everyone and welcome to Daria Draws. Today I'm working on a very gentle and feminine painting, which I would love to show you the process of. I'm starting off by marking the vase and where the flowers are going to be, so I just have like my own little margins where I will place my composition and then start building the actual shapes. As you can see, I'm using one thinner brush for the actual sketching and then a thicker brush for erasing whatever mistakes I may have at this stage. I'm also marking the flowers with a very general shape, so there are no details, of course, right now, but I just need to find the placement for each object on the canvas. Of course, it's slightly easier to paint from life since I have the things I need right in front of me, but still I have to arrange my own composition and decide what needs to go, where, and what stays, what goes out. And I really like how this one came along since I have the two tulips that are balancing each other out, one of which is lying on the table and another one in the vase on the other side. This painting was a real challenge in terms of colors because the hot pink tulips were definitely the very first time I tried to kind of mix that color. Somehow I never really used that before. And also the background with this violet lavender bluish tint. After a bunch of trial and errors, I figured out that I'm simply just missing the right pigment for the tulips. And I decided to just use the paint that I already have and then buy the magenta pink that I needed and add it on top of the layer that I'm doing right now. And it actually really was a good result, and I think it was a really good decision. It just made the colors a lot richer than if I used magenta pink in the first place. Thankfully, wooden colors are a lot easier to mix, and I'm just using some ochre with a little bit of Mars brown and a tiny dot of white. The gray that has a little bit of violet and blue wasn't so challenging to mix, and the challenge with the vase was in the texture because it was kind of like carved glass, and I really wanted to show all the little crevices and the ornament that was on the vase. Now after I've applied kind of midtones and the shadows, I'm adding lights and some definition to the background, as well as tulips and the table. And this is the palette that I pre-mixed for the second and third and probably fourth session. It looks pretty much the same, and once I got the magenta pink, things went a lot smoother. And of course, I'm using my favorite trick, which is semi-transparent paint. As you can see, it adds so much contrast already, and it's just such an easy way to bring out all the shadows, to correct any outlines, or to just mute things that are way too bright for this stage. I feel like the main trick with painting flowers is to really choose like 1, 2, or 3 main ones that will kind of be the focus of your painting, and let the rest just be extras and just support the main ones. Because then again, a good composition should just lead the viewer and kind of hint where to look. But if you have accents just all over the place and everything is exactly on the same level of detail, then it will be very hard to concentrate on what's important and what's not. And the same thing goes for the values. So if everything has the same amount of light or same amount of shadow, things just get a little messy there. And this is probably a very spontaneous thing that I'm doing, but I decided that I want to have a little bit of white wall peeking through the fabric, because the painting looks a little bit too powdery, a little bit too curated, and I wanted to have a little bit of like an accidental feeling. I don't know, like as if it was, a bit more realistic. So I decided to incorporate the white wall into the painting and make it look a little bit less polished. Then I just worked on some details, made sure the background had all the nice reflexes, and that was it. This painting was honestly a chance for me to realize once again that you don't have to have all the perfectly sharp strokes. You don't have to really think about everything looking very polished and perfect for it to look alive. And that's what I cherish in painting mostly, is the life that it has. And it's just so atmospheric, and I honestly enjoyed so much working on it. I hope you enjoyed the video as well. If you did, leave it a thumbs up and you can comment it below. That would help the channel grow and keep me motivated to post more. I'll see you in the next video.